The headline for today is that Russia has updated its nuclear doctrine. I had not planned to discuss this at all, for reasons that will be clear in a moment, but I had a bunch of comments in my last video asking about what this means. You should watch that one first if you have not. But for those of you who have, or just don't care, here goes. The main formal, paperwork-ish change is that Russia can now use nuclear weapons in response to conventional attacks that pose a critical threat to the integrity of the Russian state, and that a state providing material support to another state engaged in such efforts will be considered to be a joint partner in such an attack. Well, Ukraine launched the first of its ATACMS strikes last night, apparently, or at least that's what Russia is saying. So it appears that the United States has become a joint partner. No word on whether this is a critical threat to Russian state integrity. Side note, the target appears to be in Bryansk Oblast, not Kursk. This is notable because the initial reporting indicated that Ukraine would be limited to Kursk targets. Maybe this still qualified because it was providing material support to the Kursk front, or maybe the rule is that anywhere in ATACMS range is fair game. Something to keep an eye on. So, should we care about this new doctrine? No, not really. Russia always had the option to do this if it wanted to. There was no need to do paperwork other than to make it for show. And that is a good way to think about it. These actions play to the broader population, not the national security professionals who already understand that you should not listen to what states say, but rather watch what they do. And no, signing a piece of paper does not count as doing in international relations. The risk of near-term escalation has not meaningfully appreciated, near-term being a key modifier. It still lingers in the background, of course, but any change is marginal. Ukraine, without nuclear consequences, has already been firing ATACMS into Crimea, by Russian law a part of the Federation since 2014, and eastern Ukraine, by Russian law a part of the Federation since 2022. It is the same thing here. Even the new doctrine is honest about the critical threat to territorial integrity part. As always, the main problem here is that China and India control Russia's purse strings. Russia cannot continue the war without their markets to sell oil to, and both would almost certainly end that if Russia unnecessarily escalated to nuclear attacks. Now, do I believe that Russia would potentially use nuclear weapons if Ukraine started using US weapons to make serious assassination attempts in Moscow? Yes. But that was my belief beforehand, and the new doctrine did not change that. Instead, what the West should be much more concerned about are suspicious things, like an undersea internet cable getting cut. Wait, this is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them. As a final thought, the media's reaction may help explain why the Biden administration waited until after the election to give Ukraine the go-ahead. Although the national security professionals know to disregard cheap talk signals like this one, a dicey-sounding news story can have a short-term impact on the way voters think about this, which could have had a tangible effect on the election. In any case, this is a brand new channel, so all the more reason to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.